Yeah, is it working now? Oops. It's starting. It got working, I think. I don't know. It gets weird sometimes. Alright. Yeah, it's working. Alright, now let me get this out to everyone. That's a good meme. Alright, anyways. How y'all doing? Hey, Awesome Lord, William Moore, Arg55, Joseph Ricks. So, earlier today, I was having a lot of fun in the Zut. So I'm gonna have some more fun in the Zut. Alright, just adjusting things. Joseph Stalin? Alright, Joseph Stalin. That guy. Waiting on those V-Bucks. Okay, so this map isn't very good for the Zut, but we're gonna Zut it up anyways. I'm thinking of going to C, and then that'll be a good strategy. Hello, Rigor. No good leaks this week. Well, unless I'm forgetting one. Some interesting things got sent to the developers, like things that have been suggested a long time ago. Of course, April Fool's is coming tomorrow. And that's always exciting what that's going to be, because they always seem to want to test something on April Fool's. What is... Sorry, slow Brit tank. That chunk of Rebel Ice makes me think it's a tank. Yeah, you like my bush? It's the optimal camouflage. It's like hiding in plain sight to the max. Like, you're such an obnoxious target that the people think twice and be like, no, that's not a target. F-22s worth USVs. I don't think it'll be F-22s. Like, that thing is still being developed in the 1998, I think, when is the event's going to take place. So whatever came before the F-22, we could probably see. Yeah, BT-7. Maybe this is a down tier. You think it's going to be something really crazy? Some people are talking about... It's okay, so there's a trailer that happened where they're trying to hype up the event, because, you know, they got the whole ARG thing going around, or ARG, not the pirates. So they're being all sneaky. Or whatever the word is. So people are over examining the trailer, and some people have noticed that the buildings in the city of Green Hills, some of them are like Asian themed buildings, like from China, I think. Exactly, but also some other buildings are also from California. It's a very bizarre mishmash. So are you going to say anything about random content creators got pancakes or flapjacks? Well, aren't pancakes and flapjacks the same thing? I really like pancakes. Waffles my favorite, but I'll still take pancakes over waffles on some days because you gotta like, a thing's only your favorite. If you have your favorite thing every day, it no longer becomes your favorite. It becomes the standard. So I'll forego my favorite sometimes just to preserve the enjoyment I have it through the rare occasions. And I really like pancakes too, anyways. So one of the buildings is from Hong Kong. All right, there you go. So some people have been thinking, oh, maybe they're like hinting towards Chinese vehicles, and maybe like the whole alien thing isn't really aliens; it was like Chinese invasion or something. And I kind of doubt that. I think we're gonna get aliens. Where are all the enemies? Oh, there's one. Oh yeah. I forgot this is a Russian tank. This was a terrible strategy. Wait for him. Content creators got email saying something like pancakes or flapjacks. It was random who got it though. I have no idea if they've been pretty cryptic on exactly what the April Fool's is going to be. Like no good direct like things to take out from it. Some people are saying there are going to be UFOs for VTOL. There's a lot of hints about toxic gas, so people are thinking maybe we're going to have like, I forgot what they're called, but like filtration systems function. But I don't really see how that would work in gameplay much. Like some things had them, some things didn't. If you didn't have it, you're dead. So. Yeah, that's gonna be a rip in the future if I don't catch him. Alright, so I might be able to. Come on! Oh. Almost had it. He dead already. I missed out on the fun. Alright. Let's try to get it in a different position. Those other guys are drawing too much fire. The stream, well, it's kind of about April 1st. I was going to discuss my ideas on exactly what might come in April 1st. And if you guys have anything to add to it, see what you guys got to say. Oh, God. Oh, no! Oh, oh. Alright. I'm not gonna let you... I'm not gonna sit around for you guys like that. That'd be rude. Hampton. Dude was asking to play. Well, I would enjoy playing with viewers. It kind of sometimes can distract me from the reading the chat, so I don't really want to do that. What do I hope for April Fools? Okay, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna get aliens. That seems to be the thing. Maybe we're gonna do experiments with like toxic gases. Maybe some electronic warfare, and maybe some more modern jets. I think that's what we're gonna get. What would I like is World War I tanks. Oh, only a hit. Earlier today, I was flying the Key 30, 32, a Japanese dive bomber, and I somehow outmaneuvered an enemy fighter, got behind him, and with my 130 cal, or whatever it was, that had 200 rounds, I shot him down. You know, the thing is, it's gun in the wing. Well, see, the thing about World War I tanks is perhaps they shouldn't just be for an April Fool event. Maybe they should be for like a like something that you get to keep. Like, I don't know if like a rank -1 would work, or negative or a rank 0 would work, but like a I don't know, event where you get to keep the World War. There's some that were pretty cool. Oh, well, thank you, Lurie, YT. I agree, I am a great person. Nah, I need to be humble. The problem I see with the Chinese tree is that they don't have any own made vehicles for break 1 to 4, at least. Okay, well, a lot of people have the conception that ranks have to do with dates in which the vehicles were added or made. That is not true. I can show you just about every tree, but here we go. This thing from the 50s. US. This thing, I think it went into service in 44, or at least 42, much later than these things. Also, this is Chinese, by the way. It even has a Chinese flag. That's neat. Germany? I don't know if Germany has any late war stuff in the early tiers. I don't know their stuff too well. But France is one of the biggest offenders. But this is post-war right here. Yeah, I think that's about it. Then they got like some mid-war stuff. This is post-war. This is post-war. All of this is post-war. This is post-war. This is post-war. Italy also. This boy right here, the spaghetti van, is from the 40s. Or no, not 40s. Is from the 80s. So there is no relation to date added to. It's just effectiveness of the vehicle. Well, at least that's how Gaijin does it. I don't know too much, but I think these are pretty actually late, like late 40s. I don't remember. Start another battle. I would have to apologize again. It's just, you know, I gotta wait for you to join the squad and all that stuff. It's easier if I would go without. Can you play Type 62? I can play Type 62. It's actually one of my favorite tanks. Packing on easy. Thanks, man. Yeah, hit that subscribe button. I forgot to say that in my Q&A video.
Triumphed over the enemy. Your victory is moments away, my lord.
So, what was I saying? So, the relation to date added and, well, the date created and a rank don't actually coincide. So, with that acknowledged, there's actually quite a few post-war, like, vehicles that China made that aren't much greater than Second World War vehicles. So, you could actually add quite a few of them. Like, there's this one tank I really like, is the Type 70I, which is like a APC for troops. I think it's from the 70s. But it has the same gun as the Su-122, same ammunition and all that, because China at that time wasn't exactly the best at creating tanks. But it can also float, so it's a great vehicle, and it would be only rank 2 because it has no armor. I think it's kind of fast. I don't remember, but it's overall it's not exactly like it shouldn't be fighting other 1970s vehicles. There's a few others, but also they did modify a lot of vehicles that were used in the Second World War, and I think they even made some like modified some during the war, but like those are far and few between. And typically when your country is not only at civil war but the Japanese invading, it's kind of hard to write everything down. So hello there. How did he not die? What are you doing? Is that it? I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Of course, there's the M22. For the most part, China got licensed produce. Okay, well, see, the thing is, they did have quite a few. At the beginning of the war, they actually, if they were to make a tree, at the beginning, they would have repurposed Japanese tanks, U.S. tanks, and a few Russian tanks. As you go further into rank 2 and 3, you'd get more Russian stuff. At round 4 and 5, you get Russian stuff with a mix of Chinese modifications. And at rank 6 and 7, you get pure Chinese. They started making their own things around the 60s. Because China had a split with the Soviet Union, and it was a very ugly breakup. And I believe China actually stole a T-62 and then used it to make their own tanks. I haven't played. I haven't up until today. I hadn't played this thing in a long while, and I started playing it again, and it's so much fun to play. Like for its low battle rating, it has high penetration, fast reload rate, no armor, and it rocks around when you shoot. Like look at that. Like I don't know if China would necessarily be the greatest nation ever added. And I think the Swedish tree would have quite a few qualities over it. And also, I'm not so sure that Gaijin needs to go around adding more trees. We got kind of a skeleton crew for quite a few of the other ones. But oh no, this isn't gonna end well for me. What? Machine gunner? He's still machine gunning me. Alright, time to take out my secret weapon, a German tank. But the T-80 is a T-64, the T-64 is a T-62, the T-62 is a T-54. Yeah. Late tier Russian tanks, they started kind of like looking a lot like each other. Like it's hard for me to pick out a T62, a T72 to a T64. The personalized, of the differences that they have, the T72 I think looks cooler. There is a very big difference between the T34 and the T44. Actually, the difference is the chassis. The turret is the same. But there is a big difference between the two. Like, the Swedish, they got those weird flat tanks. I called them a cheese whiz a while back. But they're not entirely like cheese whips. You can get them to suspend that look like a cheese whiz, but they're like flat on top. I'm just waiting for a Swedish tech tree so I can play SPA that has 13 gun depression and 240. Yeah. Oh, wasn't there a? I think it was Swedish. It might have been something else. I don't remember. No, it was a Romanian. Had like a really cool looking spag. The T44 is just a squished T3485. That's like saying there's a big difference between the two of us. Is there? I don't know. You could just be my alternate account. What's your opinion about German tanks? I like German tanks. Germany really knew what they're doing when they developed tanks for War Thunder. They're a little slow in the higher tiers, and as of late, as of a while now, actually, the Tiger II is a bit outclassed by other heavy tanks of the era, or of the battle rating. But it's still a good tank. You can get a lot done with it. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Rocks, get out of here. Alright, that one worked. Not my day. T34 doesn't exist. Changed my mind. Wait, what T34? Strav 103 has 11 to gun depression and doesn't even have a turret. Well, I think the issue with the Swedish draft, I haven't taken a look in a while, is that their air force is kind of slim. China would be kind of in the same boat, but China has the bonus of historically taking part in World War II, Korean War, Vietnam, and probably a few others. The Taiwan Straits crisis. Well, Sweden's kind of just been like chilling. By the way, I love this tank. It's amazing. I almost got 28 kills in it. The only reason I died is because I ran out of ammo. Why do you think 2900 has glasses? Because I stared at the sun when I was a kid. Sab F-35. I don't know that one. I know that Sweden has some pretty cool looking jets, but I don't know. I remember all their numbers. Am I completely? Oh no, my gun's broken now. Oh God. You're hungry? Well, eating does help with hunger issues. I would suggest eating like, a sandwich, like a turkey sandwich. Nah, I'm not too much of a fan of turkey. I find it funny how the only way to with the Soviet tankers get the hammer and sickle symbol is by buying a premium German. Yeah. Germany should get Tiger prototype heavy tank. I agree. There's a big old gap. Oh yeah, Type 62. Oh, Bird Blue Star, you are awesome, Lord. Well, here, if you promise not to do much, let me get the loadout ready. What was I gonna... Oh yeah, Type 62. I love this thing. It's great. And then the T-44. So when I actually end up dying, is 2. And this boy. Apparently this thing's actually from Vietnam. Like the communist Vietnam. North Vietnam. Which is now all Vietnam. Because South Vietnam lost the war. Not fleet. No. What am I doing? Yo, you can't have French tanks and Russians at the same team. It could just be the water is radioactive and there's some lurking in the... That would be interesting if it was just like some... the Kraken or fly. North Korean T-34 premium, please. I believe actually on the Chinese client, they have a Chinese tree, and there's actually a premium T-34 or 85. It's like some special one that they got from doing special stuff. I doubt there's going to be a zombie mode. Like, you gotta think, how would a zombie even endanger a tank? Like, even this thing, a very lightly armored tank, what are they going to do? Like, climb on it and then do nothing? It's made of steel. The worst they could do is, I don't know, clog the exhaust with their dead corpses. Yeah, it definitely has like some sort of radioactive or chemical theme going on. Like there's weird gases floating around in the trailer. Maybe that was just like dust or whatever to signify how empty the town is. So you know what I need to do? I need to go over here. Zombies with RPGs. I'm getting like no traction on this ice. How do you like the BMP2? I don't have the BMP2 yet, but I already like it because I instinctively know it is good. You get mouse-guided ATGMs and an autocannon that you can really do murder those late game tanks with. There's also the VK3001P, which had I don't remember all the VK tanks out there, but there are a lot of German prototype tanks that really could fit into the like the 4.3, 4.7 area, and really fix that gap in the tech tree. Like it sucks a lot to have to bring a to bring a 3.3 tank along with your 5.7 tank. So it's likely that that Panther 2 is going to come after me for revenge, because I just pulled some major BS on him. Was the first Panzer prototype, was that only paper, or did it actually get built? Because it did get, if it did get built, that'd be awesome. But I've never actually seen any photos of it being built. Oh, come on. I should have loaded. APHE, but I forgot to. Okay, let's finish this guy off. Hopefully I don't get shot in the back. God. We're doing this now. There was another tiger right around here. Here, Tigor, Tigor, Tigor. Oh no! What was that? I hope that wasn't artillery. I really don't. Okay. The VK3001 is in World of Tanks, and it was my favorite tank when I used to play it. 80 milliliters of front armor. Right, battle rating, that'd be good. It's because I'm too lazy to switch to the APHE. I honestly think vehicles should be subdivided by era, World War II, and Cold War, late Cold War, modern, balanced BRs. I kind of agree that there should. Well, at the very least, the way that you play Cold War vehicles and World War II vehicles is extremely different. Like what they relied on is different. Like because Heat FS didn't exist during the Second World War, at least not to my knowledge. So no one really prepared for it. So to put vehicles that weren't supposed to face this type of shell, to face that kind of shell, it kills some of their main strengths, like the mouse. Its main strength is this crazy armor. It has a good gun too, but slow reload, slow turret traverse. But thanks to Heat FS being everywhere, it's a... Oh, that's not good. Ferdinand stole his kill. It's true. Mouse is kind of a bad example because you can't really safely balance that by taking away all the HFS. You need HFS to pen that thing with most things. But Tiger 2 a lot, I don't think it should be facing ATGMs at all. I'll tell you that straight up. Potassium. Potassium is good for you. It's in bananas. Oh yeah, Object 120 is it's a nightmare. It's kind of easy to kill, and there's no stabilizer, but it has a lot of penetration, and it should not be fighting World War II tanks. It actually, I think, would do better if it had a higher battle rating. T-44 worth playing? Well, compared to the T-44-100, you do have a better lineup with this thing where you can take out IS-2 and you got some tank destroyers. And there's not many 7.0 tanks to also take out, so you'd inherently be up-tiering your other vehicles. T-44-100 is better. It has good reload. It's a bit longer, but it's good. Has great penetration, and the armor's pretty tricky. This thing has the same armor, of course, but same gun as T-34. I haven't played it enough to say if it's like amazing or not. Is this guy dead? Yeah, thought so. But honestly, if recall correctly, it is a very good tank. And yes, I'm playing it right now, but I haven't been playing it in a while. Like, it's a solid vehicle, and you're gonna have to grind it out anyway, so. I heard rumors that it's going to be 8.0 in net battle range shades patch. I'm assuming you mean the whatchamacallit, Object 120. If it is, that's actually good for the Object 120. I feel it would actually do better at a higher battle rating, because the APFSDS just goes straight through everything and you get no you do less damage. Oh, I was looking for that guy. AC 57. Yeah, that's the thing about making it the battle ratings entirely gear based is what are you gonna do with things like the AC 57? Like it could fight Cold War tanks actually. It's not a bad vehicle, but it's not a fair fight. Are we winning this one? Yeah, it looks like it. So long as we don't, like, become idiots. IS-6 was World War II. It was being developed during World War II. And it's also not nearly as much of a problem anymore after they finally fixed its armor. Like, you can just shoot it straight in the gun breech and you kill it. But you gotta get like a good straight shot in there. Custom today? Maybe we'll have to see how it goes near the end. Do you hope for a BT-24 to be added anytime in the future? I don't. The BT-24 is a great tank. But I feel there are other tanks that could be added. Well, not other tanks, but there's a Russian BT-5 with a 75mm howitzer that I think would be more fitting than the Finnish one. The Finnish one has bigger fan base. So, well, I guess the Russian one you could add directly to the tree, and the Finnish one you could add as an event vehicle. I'm about to end this guy's whole career. God, I hate these squirmy buggers. AK-47 was developed from captured Stig 44s. You know, the Russians are actually really good at developing, not developing, but taking things from other nations and making it better. Like the MiG-15, I think it was. Or actually, yeah. His engine was a British engine that they stole the designs for. Actually, I don't think they stole it. I think some, like, Swedish guy was like, hey, yeah. No. And I remember it was a British guy who was like, hey. B-224 had a heat shell that could theoretically pen the IS-3 hull, I believe. That would be amazing. Anyways, it was a British guy who was like, yeah, of course you can have this advanced fighter jet engine, but only for civilian use. And the Russians like, yeah, only civilian use. And then they put it on a fighter jet. I'm gonna go again. I like the Type 62. Even though I got murdered in it. IS-2's HE should destroy all German tanks then. I've been like going back and forth on whether HE should have this magical abilities to knock out all tanks, because it would be apparently historically accurate according to like some sources, but also it would kind of unbalance the game and the guys don't have to reassign things. ATGM versus ATGM vehicles in custom. My Type 96 is ready. My Type 96 is not ready. I remember now why I haven't been playing Japan a lot is because Gaijin said that they were going to reduce the battle range changes to the new patch came. So I didn't research it for a while because whatever, they're going to reduce the battle range. They already got half of it, but they didn't do that. So now I'm like, okay, so do I wait till them to do it? Or should I just grind it out now because tank's fun? It's the sunk loss fallacy I think I'm suffering through. Is T44 good? Yes, it's good. Are you on Twitch? No, I'm not on Twitch. I want to be on Twitch. I want to stream like other games on Twitch, and maybe some War Thunder as well. I just need to start working that into my schedule. And this week's gonna be kind of crazy a little, because that Q&A video took much longer to make than I was expecting it to. If Soviet 122 and 152 could shatter the front glacis of German tanks, it would be terrible for gameplay. I don't know if it would. What? Get out of here with your fascist cannon shooting across the map like that. Oh, T-44 is fun. What's your favorite nation? I'm a filthy weeb, so Japan. If a big caliber gun fails to pen a tank, maybe crew members near the impact get unconscious for a few seconds.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
I just got deja vu from a reply of your reply from your to my chat. F, yes. JU-288, don't have it yet. I've heard really good things about that thing. I love spamming 152 HE against German tanks. ISU 152. I can never do good in those things. They're too slow, and they're like basically a big ol' shoot me here signs all over them. Oh, hello, Leopard. Well, wasn't expecting that. Oh, it's bag time. I need to read less chat, but I'm still going to be reading the chat because never learn. The problem with the B-24 heat shell was that it was very, very poor fuse, and it would set off most of the time once it was, example, T-34. Have you downed a MiG-19S? Not yet. I haven't been playing top tiers at all, or top tier jets, because it's a mess right now. It's constant mixed battles. And if you don't have the T2, then you lose. Now you can probably guess, I don't have the T2. I could get it. I just don't feel like getting it. Well, I love how they gave Japan Tech Tree Jet for a patch. So most people will play Japan. The one that had a neglected tree. France, March 3. I don't know if it's entirely that they wanted to help out a neglected tree. And nor do I think Japan is neglected by player base. I think Japan and many of the other smaller trees suffer from an issue of they're not competitive, so people don't play them. But people do have them grinded out. Why is there Tiger 2s over here? People don't have the, like Japan, France, Italy, they don't have those. They do have those trees grinded out. They grinded them out when they first came out. But as nothing new came out for the tree, they didn't, people stopped playing them. And then as people stopped playing them, Gaijin decided to put less effort into them because less people were playing them. Way to go, Panther 2. Really saved the day there. Alright, this game has been a trash dumpster. I'm gonna go play something else. I wanna play France. No. America. I wanna take out T14. Hope we get the MiG-23 sooner or later. I think that actually might be later. I think we're gonna stay with only Mach 1 jets for a little while. Play out the American T-62 and Tank RB. Why, though? Does he even have bombs? And I don't have the American T-62 M0. Yeah, it doesn't even have bombs. Why do you think they chose T2 and not F1? Well, it's possible a licensing issue. Gaijin couldn't get their hands on the actual stats of the F1, so they went for the second best, the T2. Or it's because the F1 has more complicated, complex, ordnance to drop. And Gaijin wants to save that stuff for when they add that type of ordnance for everybody. I need the... I don't like this thing, the M15A1. But I need to get used to it. Because Japan actually used them. And Japan could really use some spags. So there's a good chance that it will be added to the Japanese tree. So I need to spade it. So I need to get used to playing it. Because I have everything up to rank 3 spaded in the Japanese tree. Play 76mm jumbo. Maybe some other time. I'm not so sure. I've played that thing before and it gets murdered at 6.0. Can't wait for Bob to thank me too. It's gonna change the face of War Thunder as we know it. I think that's everything I want. Yeah, alright. Wait, let me make sure that... Oh, we're good joining anyways. Alright, sweet. So you got your things up pretty fast. I wonder when they'll add squadron vehicles. I'm thinking maybe after April Fool's. 76 Jumbo sucks now. Or good. Haven't played it since they got a chance. Okay, so long ago, I played the 76 Jumbo when it was 6.0 before it got put down the 5.7, and it was kind of trash. Your gun doesn't do much against a lot of things. It's not the worst tank in the world, and if you know what you're doing, you can get through a lot. But like, it's not like good. It's not a good 6.0 tank. April Fools will be about aliens. That's what I'm thinking. Either aliens or apparently a Chinese invasion is some people's guess. A lot of people have been saying zombies. I don't think there's any proof for zombies.
Attention to the designated grid square. Attention to the map.
What's funny though is the bits of the map that they showed us, the April Fool's map. It looks very Fallout-esque. So I've been thinking, like, maybe the devs have been playing too much Fallout lately. Because we got an Alaska map. There's never been any battles in Alaska. Well, technically there has. No tank battles in Alaska. But in Fallout, Fallout history, there was a Chinese invasion of Alaska. You thought you could just penetrate me like that? No, that's a Churchill. He's in the same boat as I am. Though I think he can get through the certain parts on the front. Oh, that's a nice shot. And then this new map, it has the kind of Fallout architecture with it, like raised walkways and all that kind of stuff. Trump goes wild and attacks all of Russia on April Fools. On April Fools, Trump announces Cold War II. Oh God, no. Man, I remember this gun being this good. Much penetration is 101. I guess that's not much, but I don't know. It's getting the job done. So whatever like genius developed this tank had the great idea of having the side armor of the turret be thicker than the front armor of the turret. I don't know why. Oh, come on. Get out of here with that stuff. Can't even aim at him properly because his damn thing's in the way. Look at that. Oh God. Alright, what are you big guys up to? That tank looks good. Would it work against tigers? No, it would not. It does not have the armor to deal with tiger cannons. T-14. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. They already said that infantry is never going to be a thing outside of AI. Yeah, I very much doubt infantry is going to be a thing. Player controlled infantry, I don't know if I don't even know if the engine could work that. Although they did get boats and tanks and planes all in one, so I don't know, maybe with enough bamboozling. But don't get your hopes up for that. Everyone else is crying the game rating will go up, not me. Well, the reason why they're saying that is because when the game rating is lower, it allows the audience to be broader. And that's not necessarily something that people strive for. It's something that companies strive for. What is with this barrel not dying? There we go. There we go. Get out of here with your damn pay-to-win tank. Well, it's not really pay-to-win because you can't really get them all the time. It might be in the market, I don't remember. Kami cruise missile and Tu-16. You know what they need to do is to add artillery, but not give them artillery functions. Just make them work as giant derp cannons for late tier games. Like, yeah, how much fun it would be to derp someone with a 203mm cannon.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
What shall our custom battle be? I'm not sure if well, we'll have to wait till we get to custom battles.
Allied forces have captured a zone. Attention to the map. Attention to the designated grid zone.
AI infantry wouldn't affect the rating. I call it Medal of Honor Defense. E10 plus games. Oh, hello there. Just slid in, dropped the bomb. Fap. I was getting murdered by those guys earlier today. But Lorraine could have 2 better shells reported a year ago. Oh god, I don't want Lorraine to have any better shells. It's good enough where it is. UMMC collection Ox is kind of bugged out on my end. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm using Streamlabs to get this working, and for some reason it doesn't like always work. Like it doesn't count when people super chat, so I have to like manually put it in. I don't know if people have donated the other ways and see if that works, but I'm keeping it all in my head how much you guys donate anyway, so Last stream, some dude donated. Oh god, no. It only hits. Wow, my fat fingers. Oh, the Lorraine 155. Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to fix it, because that's Gaijin for you. I thought you were talking about the 40T Lorraine. Like that thing, these better shells. Do you ever play P-47 Relics Air? I never see people fly it. But I would like to see an experienced squad ripping it up. People used to fly it all the time back when it had an air spawn, and it would destroy. And like you didn't need a experienced squad to do anything with it, because you get an air spawn, you got 850 cals, you just head on everyone, and then bomb some bases at the end. Cheese wind. The Lorraine 155 is using a deep cavity HE filler meant to be used for proximity fuse, which it doesn't get. Lorraine 155 should be using normal filler, much higher yield. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, wait, no. We're going up to 6.0. Someone asked, hey, take out the... Yeah. I don't know, let's have this thing spaded. Take out the 6.0. I can show you how much fun this thing is. Oh, it's not the worst in the world, so... Unfortunately, I don't have any good derpy premiums for this battle rain, though.
You have triumphed over the enemy. Your
Oh, the mighty
victory is
Newt.
moments away,
Play top
my
tier?
lord.
Alright, fine. I'll play Type 90 next game. I don't actually have bombs for this research yet, but I'm going to take it because I like to live on the edge. Yeah, this is all I got, the rockets. Bluebird Star, I need you to hurry up, please. People are waiting on us. All right. Yes, I'm a pacifist actually, and I really just want to give the enemies a nice warm hug with my rockets. I don't know why, but Streamlabs is glitching out, saying I have 0 viewers. Let me go check how much I actually have because I'm curious. 31. All right. Can you get an experienced squad to rip up P-47s in ARB for a video or something? Well, I need to get an experienced squad to do that first. Random question: your two most beautiful tanks? Well, I don't know. The Zut that I was playing earlier today, I prettied that thing up real well. I gotta think about it. There's some that I'm like really proud of the way I decorated them. I want to say the was it the Ho-Ri prototype? I got like a nice foresty front in that, and then I put the samurai head like in the corner. Maybe it was the other one. I don't remember. Newt is all you need for a viewer. Oh yeah, I got actually just a bunch of random backgrounds that change throughout the for every like 30 minutes they change. Okay, so I never do well when I go to C, so I'm going to A. And yeah, I think that's a loadout I want to take. Are you going to make a community-based War Thunder clan? I've been thinking about it a lot lately. Because there's a lot I could do with that. With, like, meme videos and other stuff that's, like, not super serious clan things, but maybe some serious clan things. I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot. You're gonna get ganked from a long range. Yeah, that's most likely. Have you ever tried Wallpaper Engine? I heard of it. I've thought about getting it. But I'm just like paranoid that like I'm gonna be playing some game or doing something that's like takes up a lot of RAM, and then Wallpaper Engine is gonna be one to take up more RAM, and it's gonna not be effective for my computer. But I've seen it in action. It's pretty cool. Got GF'd. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of expecting to happen. Either that or APCR. Not APCR, APDS or HeatFS. One of those two is gonna meme me right in the face. I think this is immune to long 88s. But I wouldn't put much stock in that. Oh, there's a meme hill on the north side. You can pause it or just close it whenever you play a game. Or yeah, but like when I render videos, my computer starts chugging a whole lot. Or when I have like 400 Firefox tabs open, which happens more often than it should. Hopefully there's no one over there. I don't see anyone, so. I don't want to overextend here. And if I hide next to this rock, I can be able to. Oh, there's a dude over there. Hello, branches. Yeah, I'm really hoping that the April Fool's map, because I hope it is two things: a good map, and I hope it gets added to the regular game. And I really like the 76 cannons on the Shermans, and I believe they've gotten buffed from the penetration changes to be like really good. So. What's your opinion on Tu-95, Tu-22, B-52, other top-tier bombers? Should be added? Any ideas of how they countermeasure them? Well, countermeasure them. The thing with bombers is I guess they would have flares, but missiles were kind of developed to shoot down bombers. At least that's what they're. I think that's what originally for, or used often as. Oof. Oh, I bet that guy's upset. Oh. How'd he get me? Ah, machine gun port. I need to put a bush there. Let's do T-25. So you used to have to like plan your stuff, but not anymore. Okay, let's go take the C point. Hey, that small buff has made this gun pretty good in my opinion. I've seen people get crazy with it at lower tiers. They should flesh out Middle East more. Yeah, they do need to flesh out Middle East more. I would prefer if they actually just made the map bigger overall. Added, or at least added some, like, a big version to it. I think the JPZ-4 could pen me anywhere. Ooh. Flares are only countermeasure for heat seekers missiles, not radar guided missiles. Yeah, if we get radar guided missiles, like the issue with top tier bombers actually isn't them being OP or whatever. It's that they're huge and they have massive bomb loads. So, like, what if you don't go after them? They win the game. Unless you make it so they have to land. You can't land those things. You can, but it would take forever. I think really, if there was more of a focus on enduring confrontation, I could see top tier bombers being added. I kind of do want them. I really like bombers. I just think they look cool. But I don't know. I'm on the fence of whether it would be a good idea. KV-2 Z6 can yeet the jumbo from any range and go through front glaciers. So can IS-2. Why did they do these shell changes? They did them because they wanted to standardize penetration rates with a single formula. And they did that because sometimes the data is a little iffy. And the more newer tanks, like the Challenger 2, Challenger 2, like you can't get shell data on it. You can get like some other stats about it, and you can estimate how much penetration it does, but you can't get actual stats saying what its penetration is, because it's still in use. It's the classified stuff. So Gaijin had to make an excuse to do that, and they kind of unfortunately messed the formula up. At least according to Mike 10D and I think a few other people. Well, the Tu-22 is Mach 2 bomber with cruise missiles. I don't know if we need cruise missiles, Mach 2 bombers just yet. Maybe give that one a wait. Oh man, that totally should have penetrated. Alright, next one will. So now let's go for his turret. Oh, he dead anyways. Not sure who he's doing out there standing open. Shells of AC are gonna get buffed at some point. I wish only introduced their shell formulas to high tier. I kind of do too. Like I feel, well, I really don't like the penetration changes. Like if your penetration change, if your new change to the game makes it so certain vehicles are no longer viable for the game, you've done harm to your game. And to top it all off, though, is when they added the penetration changes, they didn't change battle ratings. Like, a few of them got changed like a week later. Oh, hello there. Game's over anyways. Dad, can I play with you next game? Well, I guess you could play with me. I'm hoping you're on and all that. But I need to... Oops. I need to keep the... like, we can't talk because I need to keep up with chat. It's like M18 or 76 Sherman. They are really good now, but putting them at 5.7 is getting them into 6.0 games. Yeah, and they're not built for 6.0. I don't have F-100. I don't have any of the new top-tier jets. Like, I'm kind of behind on my aircraft. They haven't changed ARB in a long time, so I just haven't had the drive to play it because it's the same thing over and over again. With the radar, I got this thingy. With the radar, it's a slightly different game, but I don't know. Anyways, Mighty Newt asked for a top tier, so we're gonna play top tier. Firefly. Oh. Okay, my username is the Mighty Newt. What a surprise. Just loading War Thunder. Alright, let's give Newt a wait. M9E is really good. Those are the T2's missiles. I've heard that they're really good. You should try the ultimate cancer that is T14 now, which has 110. I just took out the T14 not too just a little bit ago. It is quite the machine. Newt, you spend too much live on live War Thunder. All right, let me. Oh, Bluebird Star, we're doing 10.0. If you don't have any 10.0s, just bring a meme tank. Oh, I don't need this one. I need this one. Oh, it's not set up yet either. Okay, let me just get this fixed up. I've been thinking about asking Gaijin to gift me the Type 74G, but it's the same thing as the regular Type 74, so I don't know if I can really justify that. GSFS, best squadron in the universe. It's good to hear. Yeah, let me just finish this up. All right. Y'all ready? They need to add Japanese helicopters. But you get 2 Type 74s. Yeah, that is the upside. Well, the thing I'm thinking more of is, like, I have every Japanese tank. So I really need another one to grind it. It's either I get that one or I get the Japanese jet, which I think would actually be better, because then I'd have a better jet for CAS. And I could grind to the Type 10. But I don't really want to play jets right now. Like, it's a mess. Take someone of Gaijin's hostage and ask for ransom in GE. Well, I don't need to take anyone hostage. For ransom GE, they give me GE already. Like, I had 20 for a meme. I spent like 2,000 of it on a trash bomber. Japan and dire need of regular tech tree top tiers gets a premium. Yeah, I know, that's like, way to go, Gaijin. You really knocked it out of the park this time. But of Japanese top tiers, there's like a good 4 variants of the prototype Type 90 that could be added. Oh, a helicopter already dead. What a surprise. Strum Panzer. I just been playing Air Assault. No one can mess with you, and you can slowly grind parts without waiting to kill it yourself. I mean, we never win, ever, but it's fun. Japan is stronger top tier. Japan has a really good. Well, okay. Now with the new top tiers, I'm not so sure anymore. But overall, it's a pretty good tank, the Type 90. Unfortunately, they don't have really anything to take it out with. They have Type 74s, but those are 8.3. Oh yeah, and there's some sort of bug for me with the camos of the Leah 2A5, where they're all messed up. I need to like clear my cache or something like that, but I haven't bothered to do it. Well, that's the thing is Gaijin doesn't get much money from France or Japan is because they never add anything to France or Japan for people to play or grind. Like people find it pointless to grind those trees because they already have all the vehicles, or at least all the ones they want. It's like it's a negative feedback loop. Because like every time you see them add a new vehicle for France or Japan or Italy, actually I don't know if they add anything new for Italy. A whole lot of people go and grind out that vehicle because they already have the trees grounded up to there. They just don't have there's just nothing else added. Now I'm gonna be making my way up the B point because that's where it seems where the enemies are. Oh. Need to look ahead of the road more. That's the April Fool's 285 skin. You gotta clear your skin folder. Ah, that makes sense. One thing I love about top tier tanks is how fast they are. Nice shot. I unfortunately didn't have the depression to get him.
We've captured most of the strategic zones.
I love killing Russian tanks. They always explode and the turret flies off. It's awesome. Like every time, same thing happens. Looks like we're a bit late to the party. Like it looks like the enemy pushed up too much. Our team's kind of like crowded around them and don't bully the Soviet thick boys. Anything to Lingo K? I don't really do April Fools since I'm always working, but this year I'm off. Do I get anything for the events? Okay, so last year they had this thing where if you grinded real hard, you could get a tiger or a cobra. It's a tiger with a skin of a tiger, like the animal, or a cobra, or a P36, P63 with a cobra skin. Yeah, the enemy's like already dead or something. And it was awful to try to grind out, and I grinded out the tiger. And it wasn't really worth it because it's just another tiger that does the same thing. Well, at least I can have more tigers in my lineup, which isn't helpful. But it's likely that they'll do something like that again. Hopefully it won't be nearly as grindy though. Man, that smoke is... What? Oh, whatever. Oh, that's the... I thought that was the Italian tank. Seems they have shot my ammo, and the bullet blow up panels did what blow up panels do best. I thought that Challenger 2 was the Italian prototype Ariete that you can just like meme. Oh, T80. What a traitor. This thing, at least I have APFSDS. I guess I'll have to grind out whatever I need to grind out the April Fools. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that it's nothing crazy. I'm hoping that they're doing some more of a silly event. Not a stress-based event. Eventually, people who don't have the animal skins can't see them in game, so everyone sees me like I'm stupid yellow. Yeah, I feel the same kind of. Though it is kind of fun to take out every now and then. People are like, "What? Where'd you get that skin?" It's like, it's not a skin; it's a tiger. Last thing I want to do in my day off is grind. So, well, it's not the grinding isn't the only part. There is also, of course, the event itself, which are typically pretty fun. Last year they had the Silent Thunder, which is modern submarines, and it was like the most broken, janky thing ever. Some people really liked it. I honestly could not figure out what I was supposed to do. So do you think they'll add Leclerc prototype next update or something? I hope they do. Otherwise the French are going to be left in the dust. Hello, Russia. Hello, Barman TM. Oh no, Mighty Newt died. Oh, I have a feeling that he's just gonna spawn in like a plane or something. The thing with the 120 autoloader will be crazy. Well, the Japanese Type 90 is a 120 with an autoloader. MiG 19S. I'm thinking about making a beeline to the MiG 19S because it's actually pretty short, and MiG 19s just look awesome. So, like the Soviet jets, I think they look really cool. Like U.S. jets, they're great and all, or Allied jets, but they're too like too clean. Like Russian jets, they're so like musty, not musty, but like they look like they're built for combat, U.S. jets look like they're built for looking cool. Probably not explaining my opinion on that very well, actually. I just thought about that. Get the Tunguska, please, Dad. I could probably ask Gaijin to let me rent it. Oh, come on. That should have penned. What? See? That's what I'm talking about. Bunch of BS. You mean to say they're full of cooling hulls? Yes. Have you seen the huge T-62 shell area?
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
Have you seen how huge T-62 shells are? Yeah, isn't that thing like a 122 or something? Or 125? And I get shells that plop out the back. You heard about AMOS? I don't know what AMOS is. Oh, hey, I got a thing. Okay, so just need grind out 1 bar, and then I can start grinding APFSDS. Let's go with smoke. Smoke can be really useful. And then I'm gonna go with laser rangefighter, which helps out a lot with these long range engagements. We need TU-95. It's the only way. All right, Firefly. Let's go Brits. Brit bongs. Two and 900 knows Bacon and Nomad. I don't know if I know Nomad. Maybe I know him by another name. I can get in contact with Bacon. I wouldn't say like we necessarily know each other, but we can contact each other if need be. Bacon's your friend? Well, he seems like a pretty cool dude. I don't know him too well, but... here we go. I need some water. Hold on a second. Earlier today, I had this bowl of cereal. And it was going to be a good bowl of cereal because I got these really sugary cereals. And I mixed them two together. It's like a, what was it, like an ice cream cereal and then a donut cereal. And it was going to be amazing. But unfortunately, the milk decided to not be there. And it totally ruined my bowl of cereal. It's a lot of Churchills. 2 Churchills. If only I could... Alright. How good do you think it feels to fire a German long 75? So long as you're not on the other end of it, I assume it feels pretty good. Custom game sim. I'm start my game now. Maybe. Typically, I do like to start them at the 2-hour mark. Who is pinging me? Whatever. Let's get Churchill it up. I'm spawning bottom, in case you guys are hearing. This map, I said they changed it. They did change a few things. I don't know if they've blocked off the sniping areas, though I haven't been sniped in a while. Can we have Botu versus Hellcat race? How would that even work? Well, as long as you aren't tired from the terrible turret. Oh yeah, check this great tree out. Like, what's going on here, Gaijin? Oh yeah, the terrible turret. God, could you imagine like having Shermans fire at you all day inside a metal bucket that's a Panther? Oh, you got rings on it?
We've captured most of the strategic zones.
Yeah, I figured out how to do that too. I have it on some of my German tanks.
Enemy forces have captured that zone.
America had the best everything. That's why we won the war. This is a true fact from unbiased source. I remember, like, I swear, the fire at one point or another, the Firefly was actually like really good, and I preferred it over the Iron Duke. But I don't know, it dies super easy now. All right, so it looks like we've already taken like most of this area, so I'm gonna cross the river. Head in the direction of A. I would love to see a Brit and America team at 5.3 and 4.7 rip it up. Yeah, the Shermans are pretty good nowadays. I like the Avenger over the Firefly. I don't. Oh, they're taking the B point. Wonder if they're ever gonna add one of these boats to War Thunder or Naval Forces. No, I thought you could drive through this.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. We haven't nailed it. On target.
Riverwoods would be dope, just like Battlefield Vietnam all over again. Oh, lucky me. I think that was the guy on B. I don't see anyone else over there. I'll slowly approach him. Well, the issue is that most of the naval battles are at sea, so I'm not sure how good a riverboat would do. Actually, no, some of the did you both die? Did you get like bombed or something? Oh, I was having fun being in a Firefly squad. Only bad thing about Panther gun optics is held the sight. Someone just shot my box. Can you just really go do that? Go and shoot someone's box like that? I don't remember what I was saying now. So upset over my box. We were both picked off, lol. Ace crew Firefly. I don't think my crew's aced. I think these Soviets are like part Japanese or something. Well, I could say my British crews are pretty well. Like the first thing I always focused on is. Alright, see a blue star. Or bluebird star. The first thing I focus on is reload, because that helps in every tank. Every tank could do it better with faster reload. Reload, commander, then kind of mix whenever to get gun optics or targeting. I never really go for driving. I don't understand what it does. The Germans probably had the best optics, while Russians had the worst. Well, I'm not going to argue that the Russians didn't have the worst of something, because the Russians seem to have the worst of everything and somehow won. But the German being the best, I don't know. I'm not a genius with optics. Go to your game folder, content, PKG folder, search 2A5 and delete everything about 2A5. Restart game and be happy about how fixed Leo 2A5. Alright. I'll try to keep that in mind. If I forget, I'll probably just Google it anyways. Is that? Dude, just go shoot the boats. Driving increases the acceleration of tanks slightly. And now they're taking B. Right when I get off B, they're like, oh, let's go take B. Japanese barely had tanks to begin with. Kinda, yeah. You could send me a message on Discord. That would make me remember, more likely. The instructions on how to make the Leah 2A5 skin not all messed up. I hate this map because it's so big and low tiers, and I end up driving around. I'm doing the same thing right now. You're driving a big old circle. You never get anywhere in time, and everything looks like everything else. At least in the jungly area, it does. It's not as bad of a situation as in higher tiers when you get faster tanks. I bet this dude thinks Panther and Tiger 2 were best tanks of the war. I'm not on his Discord. Why aren't you in my Discord, man? It's such a great place. You get to have your name colored, and yeah. I don't care if you're not in my Discord, but you should join, because join my Discord. What is my Discord? Well, you can find a invite link to it in the description of any of my videos. It might not be in this one. I should probably fix that. Who shot me? Where was that coming from? Oh. Thought we had that area locked down. Well. Let's take the Avenger, because God, I'm not gonna take a Churchill. I'm in Slicks where I spend most of my days. I love how it looks awesome. Even though this is not a Japanese tank in the slightest. Advanced mortar system, basically AST 57, but instead of 57-2, you have 120mm autoloader with 2 RD capabilities. Interesting. Very interesting. Apparently, there was some prototype tank destroyer for the Japanese where they took battleship cannons, 127, not battleship, but destroyer cannons, 127mm destroyer cannons, and plopped them onto the chassis of a Chi-Ri. It could be all paper, could be, but it looked really cool. Well, the concept design of it looked cool. Apparently, it was bombed like everything else in Japan. Only issue though is that I believe the 127s, if they're the ones I'm thinking about, did not have any AP shells. They only fired HE. Oh, that's an enemy. That's a KV-1B 70s. I thought that was a friendly. Alright, let's take a plane out. I'm on Mr. Steve Gamer's Discord, but only for the memes. Don't tell him that. I hang in European Canadians Discord, but I'm in PS4 user, so meh. Download my iPod so I could give it. I only hang around in my own Discord. Like, I don't know. I'm starting to go to other Discords, but like, even then, it's just not like, I don't know. It's hard to like manage all those communities. So I don't blame you if you're only in one. Yeah, that's the P40. Where's that mofo that killed me? I lost his spot. Oh, rip. Sherman there. Yeah, rip me here. Oof. But I got the tank. That's what matters. I'll join yours. I don't really care much for Discord, but trying to get a squad in the game.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Okay, now it's time for the Churchill fun. Nice and slow. America that BR is pretty specific. Yeah, you got a bunch of Shermans, and all the Shermans, you gotta keep your front forward and avoid big cannons. Alright, so after this, I think we could go do some custom battles, or at least do one custom battle. I'm getting kind of tired. I was up all night. People still dinging me. Oh, I was reading my Discord, and so it cut off the game sound. Sorry about that. When a popper squadron of P-47s and Hellcats, but it hasn't really happened. P-47 Hellcat, like, those are two staples of the US3. Those are very good vehicles. Like P-47, great loadout. Hellcat is just a good tank overall, so long as you don't get hit. And there's plenty of Shermans to take out as like backups. So if you're having trouble running into people who know how to play that, then I don't. I would say probably not a bright future for those people. What Carlo B says there is pretty true. Hellcat is a great sniper, and you can rush into those sniping positions. Although, yeah, it definitely depends on the map. Like, Advance to the Rhine, you're not going to be able to snipe much. It's too small for that. But Poland, you could definitely do it. Maybe a Hurtgen Forest. Do you have any favorite plane? Not only War Thunders. Yes, I do have a favorite plane. It is the Skytrain. The what is it? C-47, I think. I always forget the name. I don't know. I just love the look of the aircraft. It's awesome. It's a cool looking cockpit. And the Russians apparently had their own version of it as a bomber. It was the Li-2. Not the IL-2. It depends. You'll frustrate people enough when the 219 shows up. Yeah, that's something you just gotta look out for. He rushed activated G booster. Rush cap dies, then complains M18 sucks. Of course he does. I'll just keep that there. All right. Time for custom battle. What custom battle are we gonna do? One V1 P47. I don't know. Oh, sweet. Operation timed out. All right. Let's go America Desert. No, that's not the one. Let's not do American Desert. It's too... Yeah. Those maps are awful. How about we do like... something simple, I guess. I like Tunisia. I think it's a cool map. Alaska, please? All right. I'm the one with the point over there. Well, Minute, you're about to get kicked from... Wait. Yeah. Kicked from the squad. It's gonna be 10.3, and then password, as always, is QQQQ. Include bots. Don't include bots. Number of active players. Yeah. Apply. This is all good too. Apply. Let me get the YouTube up real quick. I think we'll do something simple, like, I don't know. We need to be something silly, but not too many people needed. We could have, like, rank 1 spag battles. Like, what if we only had, what are they called? The silly Russian things. Like, let's have a milk truck battle. Only milk trucks. Half tracks and trucks. Only. Yeah. Yes. Q and P are the Q and P, B and P are the same letters, and no one talks about it. That's a good point. I'm here to nut. Well, if you want a nut, you can come and nut on the custom battle we're doing. Is milk trucks only. So any half track or truck of any kind. When do you think they'll add ammo ready racks for M18? I don't know. They've kind of put a lot of the stuff on hold. They haven't talked about it in a while, so maybe in a bit. Maybe it'll be a while. Can I just drive the mouse from one side to the other? No, you can't just drive the mouse. You gotta partake in the event, man. If I let one person break the rules, everyone else wants to break the rules. It's a chain reaction. No, you can't use the mouse as a battering ram. No mice. as I said, if one person breaks the rules, everyone else wants to break the rules. Heli spectators, I guess we could have one or two, but I would prefer if you were in a milk truck, because, yeah. Do I have all the... Yeah, okay, good. This will probably end in disaster for me, but, you know. BTR 152 allowed. Trying to remember what that is. Yeah, BTR 152 is allowed. As I said, any truck, any half track. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna start it. It's should be join in progress. So, who about yeah? That's a van, not a truck. But if you want to you could drive the Beretta bus. You could take that in. That thing's great. It's more of a command and conquer vehicle. I would agree. Okay, so I got a P7T AA, and another guy hasn't spawned yet. And unfortunately, we're the yeah, that thing's good. First two guys dies is gay. Careful what you wish for. Although this thing is pretty awful, so I wouldn't be surprised if us the first to die. I keep burping. I think it was those burritos I ate. They're like giving me all burrito problems. I should probably stick with my team, actually. Come on. I had that one break, but not the one in front of me. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, so oh, the double spawn bug. Dan Pie, hey! Haven't seen a single enemy yet. Disgusting. Millions dead. Love it. You are from? I am from the west coast of the United States. Oh god, no! Oh no. At least I'm not gay. But we got murdered there. From Romania. It's a cool place.
Attention to the map.
No, no. Bunch of tryhards in your BTR 152As. Romania is my city. Start a channel 1 and 450. And don't shoot the helis, please. They're just doing their heli thing. And 69 and 69. This has to be 69 and 420. No. Yes, AAA got me. What's the password? Password, as always, is QQQQ. I'll tell you, type it out in a bit. Oh no! Get a your machine guns are out. Of course, the BTR 152 is OP. I was expecting that, but I prefer to have fun.
Attention to the designated grid zone. Attention to the designated grid square.
I know. So I decided to take out the big guns and remove him from this situation. You got your pink spaghetti van. Maybe I should allow the British armored cars. I don't know. You keep crashing. That's some fancy reflections. You get the... I really like that Japanese one.
Destroy hostile base.
Oh, he did. What is that? Oh, heli over us. That Katusha. Wait a minute, that's an enemy Katusha. I love how the cars, you can just bump into them and then they explode. Oh man, he got murdered. Yes, glorious 29K. Defends motherland from fascist scum. Are you stuck? Oh. Alright, back to the milk truck. You can place bushes inside the driver's cabin, 29K. Of course you can. Ooh, that's not a milk truck. Nameless. Yeah, of course someone's in the mouse. And I know exactly who's in the damn mouse. It's the guy who wouldn't not be in the mouse. Is that the French thingy? Ah, it's the French thingy got me. Nameless that is also not a milk truck. Unless you get some pretty weird milk out there. Captain Do, are you stuck again? Oh. Hey, you can actually break the wheels now? Ah, PTR. Let's do 150 HE versus mouse. Maybe some other time. T-34 versus Tehager 1. Wow, these cannons are pretty devastating. Oh god. All right. Well, I'm gonna end it here because I'm tired. So thanks for coming by, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, don't hit the like button. If you want to see more, I make stream every Saturday. I think I'm gonna stream tomorrow as well. Just gonna make my schedule crazy because there's the April Fool's event coming out. So I want to live stream that when it comes out. Maybe for a short stream and longer for the other days. Kind of depends on it is. Anyways, thanks for coming by. Make news videos every Saturday. I like to do random videos throughout the week. So hit that bell icon to be notified anytime I upload anything. Thanks for watching. I hope you had a great day. And now end the stream.